Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Thank you all for being here today. How you guys doing on this Monday morning, Monday afternoon? I'm sorry, guys. I have been working to get a lot of stuff off my schedule today because actually for the whole week because I had too much going on and try to like delegate some of these things and get it off the table because it was beginning to be a little bit too much. But anyway, I am here. How are you guys doing? I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you all for showing up and being here. Thank you all for subscribing to the channel. It's awesome. Thank you. I'm glad that these messages are resonating with you. It's important because people need help today, and it's no shame to ask for help. We all are human. We all need that from time to time. And some of us, don't have support systems. So it's important that we reach out, and we don't have to have everybody in our personal business. What we can do is go online, Google a therapist, a bereavement I'm sorry, a grief therapist or, a therapist that is going to help you with some of the issues that you have going on. And you can do that privately. And when you reach out to communicate with a therapist, you can go you can go through a few of them, is what I meant to say, so that you find one that vibes with you and one that you're comfortable with and you can talk to them. All these things are private. Never, you don't have to tell people what you're doing, because some people will agree that therapy is good and will help, and other people won't, but you have to do what's best for you. And if you have to do it privately, so be it. Everybody doesn't have to know your business. With me, I don't mind talking about therapy because it has helped me so much, people. Because I was down to the ground and I did, with all these things that was going on. Um, and I had to learn how to, take care of myself better and put myself first. It's so important, people, because we live in a world today where there's so much fake stuff going on. Have you guys noticed that? Fake kisses, fake love, love bombing. And you get to the point when you ask yourself, what's real in the world today? Is there anything left that's real? When I was growing up, we had matriarchs in our family to ground everyone and keep everyone grounded and for everybody to stay on a solid ground and foundation. But today that doesn't seem to exist as much because a lot of people who were the matriarchs of the family are no longer here. A lot of them are no longer here, they're gone. And it's important that we keep that going because I ask myself when I look around, what's real anymore? And it's so important to be able to like have a support system that we can go to and share how we feel in a private space that's confidential and we don't have to worry about our business being put out there. That's why I always emphasize every time I do these videos, guys, I emphasize to you the importance of that. And the men who are watching you as well, you don't have to tell your friends or your family your business. You can do therapy on your own. Find a therapist that vibe with you and talk. It's an outlet. It's an outlet to what you're going through, the pain. Once a week you can do therapy. You can do it online or you can do it in person. I'm talking to women too, but men who may feel, that it's not for them. We all have problems, whether we're male or female. Life is complicated and things are getting, life is just getting full of a lot of problems and things that are happening. And sometimes we need somebody to talk to. Never feel shame for that. Just reach out and do that. I do that. I don't have a support system of friends and people that I can go to. So I take advantage of the therapy that's being offered. And I do that weekly, and there's no shame to it. I don't care who knows about that. because it's going to help me. And it has helped me, guys, to do better, to feel better about myself, and when you feel better about yourself and about your life, you do better, people. You want to take care of yourself. Self-care is so important today because there's a lot of things in this world that affect our physical and mental health. And if we don't take care of that and make that a priority, then we can't take care of anything else around us. So let us keep having the conversations, and please keep showing up at this channel, on this channel, because there's no judgment here, because we all have something going on and we all are human. And I talk about different topics and I bring it back to the healing process because it's all about healing these things, whether it's toxicity or whether it's drama or whatever is going on. I connect the dots and bring it back to healing because whatever it is, or the Passover of loved ones, which really leaves a void inside us. We have to bring it and connect all the dots and bring it back to the healing process. It's important to heal these things. Otherwise, we stay stuck and stagnated in a pain. And then the pain leaves a hole within us that we feel broken, and we have to heal those things in order to move forward in life. So that's what this channel is about. And show up, tell other people about it because there's no judgment here. This is a no judgment zone here. It's important that we uplift and encourage people because people are going through enough in life. So the topic of discussion today, first of all, I hope everyone had a great Mother's Day and that you had a good weekend. And for those who don't have parents anymore, your mom, my condolences. I know how that feel. I left my own mom, but keep their memory alive. Keep talking about them, and that keeps their spirit and memory alive. So now, with that being said, the topic of discussion today is state your boundaries and stand on them. Tell people. Sometimes it's important to tell people how you feel. We live in a world today where there's so much fakeness going on that people forget how to be genuine, how to be real. And when you're going through a lot of things, sometimes there are people out there going through so much you don't even know that they're going through these things. Sometimes they need a time out. You need time to be alone and to heal. And it's okay to set boundaries and tell people that. Say, listen, I don't have a lot of time right now. I just need time to be alone because I have a lot on my plate that's going on. And I'll get back to you. If somebody really care about you genuinely, they will understand that. One of the things that I have problems with, which I really can't stand, is when you sit and you talk to someone, and you tell them that you need time alone, etc., and you lay it out on the table, and they continue to try to cross those boundaries. And I'm like, wait a minute, are we not supposed to be adults here? Are we not adults? We're not little kids here. So, okay, now I have to go and emphasize this again, reiterate what I said before. It's important. Okay, let me sit down with this individual again and let's go through this again. I have A, B, C, and D going on. I need to heal, because when you have grief and you have those trigger moments of grief, it can happen at any given moment in time. I need to sit down and go through this and heal myself from these things. So sometimes I'm not going to meet up with you, etc., and so forth, and A, B, C, and D, right? And a person keep crossing those boundaries, and what I do at that point after I go, I'm not going to go over it after a third time. I'm just going to cut off, block, and delete, you know? And I had to do something like that not too long ago. And it's like, OMG, how many times do I have to do this? But like I said, life is let's put it this way, guys. People and situations come into your life for a reason, a season, a lifetime, or a lesson. And let's go back and talk about the lessons because I've been going through a lot of those. Because I'm a person, I don't like to hurt people's feelings. I don't like to, certain things. Like a few videos back, I was talking about somebody who asked me out to go out, and I wasn't interested in this person. I wasn't interested in him. And I just had to find a way to do that because I don't like to hurt people's feelings, but I have to think about me, as well. So I found a way to do it where, I could just say, give me your number, and I'm not going to call, of course, because I'm not interested. Because I try to say I'm not interested in dating at this particular time. But in reality, I wasn't interested in him, so I'm still figuring out how to do those things in a way that is not going to hurt somebody. But how do you do that? But in any event, my point is, when you are in a space of trying to heal, and you don't want a lot of people and things around you right now because you're still healing. You have to set boundaries, and you don't have to be nasty about it or etc. You could just talk about it like I'm talking about it on this channel. There's days where I just don't want to see anyone. I don't want to, and it's nothing personal. It's just I have those moments of grief, and I just have to take more time with music and things that's just going to uplift me. We all need uplifting, and sometimes people like to cross boundaries. They don't get it, and then I have to say, listen, and then I got to get firm. And I don't like being, um, what is it? I don't like being nasty with people, but when they keep crossing boundaries, then they see a side of me they don't like, because I'm going to come out and say, look, I already told you A, B, C, and D, but I'm not going to get into any altercation, you know, with a person. I'm just going to cut off, block, and delete, because we, as individuals that go through a lot of grief and trauma and pain, we have to heal, and we have to heal the inner child within us that's hurting. And we can't do that if we have a lot of distractions around us. So, what I like to do is take time out for meditation, prayer with God, music, things that's nurturing that inner child, lifting up, so that I can be the best version of myself that I can be, so that when I do connect with friends and in a possible relationship, I can bring the best version of myself to the table, no matter what it is. But if I feel broken down, I can't do that. So we all need that time alone to heal. And it's not, and people shouldn't take that personal, because some of us have more on our plate than we bargained for. And we have to learn how to balance out the scales, so to speak. And sometimes we have to go within in order to do so. Taking that time to nurture ourselves. And as we do that, we grow, and we learn creative ways to help ourselves to feel better. Because being in a place of depression too long will end up, it could lead to despair and hopelessness, and we never want anyone to be in that place. One of the things I've learned through therapy, and by communicating and meeting with my therapist weekly, is he would always say to me, my mother would never want me to spend the rest of my life in depression and hurting and pain, and just feeling that way. you know she would never want that, and that's the truth. And that led me to do the healing work. To do the work, it's not easy. Nothing venture is nothing gained. Take baby steps. And I promise you, like I stay in prayer a lot with God. And as I take those steps, God is behind the scene taking 2 and 3 and 4 steps on my behalf as I take the steps. And these steps are not easy, people, not at all. Especially when you don't have a support system and you're doing this. God is your source and your support, but you don't have a physical, really, like, friends that you can reach out to. The therapist is once a week, but people that you can really trust, and on my behalf, that I'm speaking. I don't know about everybody else, that I can really trust and talk to about these problems. So I go within. I watch a lot of videos to uplift. I watch videos myself. I listen to music that uplift, that helps me. Things that help me. Go to the gym, put on my music, listen to that. Taking care of myself, because as you continue to go, persevere through everything, on your behalf of setting the boundaries, getting the time alone that you need to heal yourself, you start to feel better as you persevere and be consistent with it. As you feel better, you start to self-care and self-love. And then naturally you want to take care of yourself because you're in a place where you're feeling better. And you when you feel better, you do better. And when you feel better, you can take care of everything else around you, you know? And you have to love yourself because how do you expect other people to love you if you don't even love you? And always strive to stay in a place where you give yourself at least an hour or 2 hours a day to be alone, so that you can heal and grow, and you can nurture that inner child within you. It's so important, people. We all have days where we don't feel like doing anything, and I wasn't feeling too well over the weekend, like Saturday, with the sinuses. And you know when the sinuses act up, then I have like a thyroid issue going on, and dealing with that too. And just knowing that I needed time to rest because I was overdoing things. I had too much on my plate. And then I found a way to delegate that off my table so that I can rest, because overworking myself is not good for my health either. It's going to take a toll. So I had to, do what I needed to for myself. It's always important to put yourself as a priority, you know, um, and then you can take care of everything else that's around you or outside of you. Um, our healing should always be a priority. It doesn't matter how other people feel. You know, it's important to explain to them why it has to be a priority, in order for you to do better. But you're not obligated to people, like when somebody wants to cross those boundaries, just because they're used to having access to you. Well, you have to reiterate to them, emphasize to them that now it's not the time because I'm healing, etc. And for me, if I have to keep doing that, then I'm just going to cut off, block, and delete, because it interferes with my growth, and I'm not going to allow anything to interfere with that. And what I boil it down to is some people just don't understand. And it's okay if they don't understand, but they have to respect the boundaries that you set, because it's important, and you have to, get people to understand that I set these boundaries is for a reason. And I need you to, respect them, because it's so disrespectful. I find it when they keep crossing those boundaries. That means they don't have any respect for me as a person, and then I have to shut it down. You know, um, Healing is, or I have some notes here. Healing is important so we can grow and so we can evolve. And as we grow and evolve and we do better, we can be in a space that we can help somebody else, pay it forward as we get better, because there will always be somebody else who's going through what we previously went through, and we can help them through our own experiences. And that's why I show up on this channel, Monday through Friday. From time to time, something might happen where I may miss a day or so, but please be patient with me. I showed up Sunday, and I probably wasn't looking the best because I wasn't feeling the best, guys. But I wanted to show up on Mother's Day because there are people who lost their mother just like I have, and they may be going through something, that feeling of depression on that particular day. So I wanted to show up and encourage them because I was feeling it too as well. Um, it's important to just keep going. Don't give up on yourself. Investing in yourself is so important, and it should always be a priority, because we have to take care of ourselves. Because let's face it, people, when we go through all these problems and challenges in life, especially the loss of people who mean so much to us, it takes a toll on our physical and mental health. And then if we don't take care of that, then it just gets worse and worse over time. And we need to just persevere through the pain and everything and be consistent on taking care of ourselves. Life can weigh us down with overwhelming situations and problems, and you see how it is today. but we don't give up on ourselves. The investment, the priority is ourselves. And then everything else follows. It's not being narcissistic. It's not, you're not being in love with yourself, but you loving on yourself, which we all are supposed to do, people. We all are supposed to love ourselves. How can we expect others to love us if we don't love ourselves? And that, sometimes we need time alone. We need to be alone, so that we can heal, grow, and evolve. Please continue to share these messages, these videos with other people, because sometimes people don't communicate how they feel. They may be in a corner somewhere hurting, crying, in deep depression, and they need to just show up here, listen to the message, because there's no shame here and there's no judgment. We don't judge here on this channel. We uplift and help others. Anything that I talk about here, I always connect it to healing. And perhaps someone somewhere who's listening to these videos might hear something that I talk about that helped me, that they can apply in their own life, that can be effective and help them in their own situation as well. So let's continue to do that. Please continue to show up, hit the subscribe button so you know when I'm on, because I can't promise a set time every day, but I will be here Monday through Friday. And let's keep this going. Everything that I talk about, I connect the dots back to healing, because there's a lot of things that we need to heal today that we go through in life, you know. So please continue to show up. Let me know what you think in a comment category. And thank you all, because some of you were commenting. Thank you for those comments as well. And I will be back here tomorrow. I can tell you this much. It will be after 1 o'clock tomorrow. I'm not sure of the exact time, but it will be after, let's say after 2 p.m. tomorrow. So you guys can show up anytime after that. I'm not sure of the specific time, but I do know what I have on my plate for tomorrow. So thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for being here. And thank you for subscribing to the channel. Remember, it's so important to be at peace, have inner peace within you instead of being in pieces. Thank you for being here, guys, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good Monday evening. Bye for now.